Hello and greetings from Mork's Saloon again here. Tonight we're going to crank out a Greek salad again to demonstrate that, let's see, it's Wednesday, September 19th, 8 o'clock. We're going to demonstrate to you that it's possible to cook healthy on a weekday because everybody comes home from work tired. That does not mean you should go to a restaurant and eat stuff loaded with GMO or get takeout because it's easy, okay? This is easy too. So let's just discuss the ingredients and then we'll show you how we toss it afterwards. For Greek salad you need lettuce, and you actually do need romaine lettuce because you don't want lettuce that's too soft. Okay, this is alright, the top of these is okay. You really want to make sure you get some of the crunchies of romaine. If you have some inner cores that from juicing, you save your inner cores of your romaine. You have about 4 or 5 of those. When it's time to make Greek salad, you'll get a great Greek salad. So if you juice the outer leaves and then save the core, that's a great way to sort of combine your juicing needs with your Greek salad needs. So that's why we do a lot of Greek salad here, because we do juice a lot. In this case, I have some big heads of romaine that I got because it's summer, and so we're not quite down to the usual size romaine. We have some pretty big ones. We're trying to work our way down. So these are a little more floppy than what we normally use. But basically, when you start putting vinegar and oil in with it, you don't want too much floppy leaf in there because it gets a little soft, you know. So you want to make sure you get a good proportion of the crunchies from the lettuce. That's just a little, you know, one of those things that you may not realize until somebody tells you. So now I'm telling you. Tomatoes. We got some heirlooms at the farmer's market this week. So actually, these don't look much like heirloom, but they are. So we're going to put some tomatoes in. Cucumber goes into Greek salad. And when you have a cucumber like this, you know, the seeds depend on, if you get the English cucumber, which are hard to find in the organic version. So if you get the English cucumber, those have such small seeds that they're fine. You know, you can just eat them. But in these regular cucumbers here, we have, you know, tend to have some seeds that are not that palatable, and so we want to get rid of them. So you basically just cut through the cucumber straight through, and just scoop the seeds out, and those seeds could go into your juice because you're going to be juicing, right? So seeds don't have to be thrown away. They can be juiced first, turned into pulp, and then composted afterwards. So then you get a little more out of that too. So anyhow, that's the deal with your cucumber there. Red onion, plenty of it. Never hold back on red onion. It's great for you. It's delicious. It works very well in the Greek salad. You can also in a Greek salad put things like pepper, either some pickled pepper, or you can put like bell pepper if you have some bell pepper. Chop it up and put it in your Greek salad as well. In some cases I'll even put avocado in because it really doesn't, you know, I wouldn't serve it to guests because it gets a little mushy, but avocado is a wonderful thing to have, and if you have a half avocado left from something, then by all means toss it in your Greek salad. It blends in perfectly. Finally, as far as ingredients go, we obviously need some feta cheese. Your best bet there is going to be some sheep's milk feta. I would not use domestic feta. You want stuff that's from Greece or Bulgaria or something like that. I do not buy a domestic feta because you can't get organic domestic feta. And that means you're going to get the hormones and all the other crud that they put into regular milk. You really don't want to eat that. So get the feta from Greece if you can. And if you can't get that and you have to get domestic feta, then by all means get domestic sheep's milk feta, not cow's milk feta. Just try to stay away from cow's milk that's not organic altogether. Just Greek sheep's milk, Bulgarian sheep's milk, that's your best bet. If not, American sheep's milk. I wouldn't even, if I couldn't find sheep's milk cheese to put in my feta cheese to put in my salad, I wouldn't put it in, even in a Greek salad. I would not put domestic cow's milk cheese in my salad. That's like sacrilege. That doesn't work. Okay, finally, Kalamata olives. The authentic variety will have the pits in them. You know, it is a little tame to serve a Greek salad with the pits out. But again, I live in New York, and therefore, by default, I am somewhat of a food snob because I have access to everything. And if you don't have access to everything, and you can only get organic olives that are pitted, then get the organic olives that are pitted. Don't get the non-organic olives that aren't pitted. However, olives are hard to find organic as it is, so you know, you don't use that many each time, and if you can't find them organic, so be it, okay? These are organic, however. We have a balsamic vinegar here, which you can't really see, but I mean, it's, trust me, it used to be a bottle of balsamic. These are quite handy if you do a lot of salads, by the way. You can do one for oil and one for vinegar. So balsamic vinegar, organic in this case, because it really doesn't cost you much more to buy organic vinegar anyway. So why not? And here we have some olive oil, which is organic, and that should be organic. And you just, yeah, about this much is what we're going to use today. You don't need to be shy about your olive oil. So we'll probably put all that olive oil in there today. Also, olive oil really, there's these discussions about whether or not it goes rancid or not, if it's outside oxidizing. I do believe it does, if it sits out on the shelf too long. So we have a habit of keeping it in the refrigerator. I took this bottle out today because we were going to shoot a video. Normally I would just keep it in the fridge. It would be kind of hard. And then you just hold it in under a warm hot faucet for a little bit and it melts right up. So that's how it usually would appear. But for today, because you're special, we want to show you it's real olive oil right here. So we're going to go ahead and clean and cut this stuff, and then we'll get back to you when we toss the salad. So here's a little in-between shot just to show you guys. I cut up the tomatoes and put them in already. And then onion will stick in right now. And this is exactly what I showed you on the table, so that's how much. And you just vary it with whatever you have. You know, if you have more tomatoes because it's summer, then you do that. I mean, sometimes in the winter we don't even have tomatoes. We can't even get an organic tomato, so we don't put it in there. We just leave it out. Anyway, I wanted to show you before I get on with the lettuce, which of course is going to be cleaned and cut. Once you clean and cut your lettuce, which you just cut it in strips, you want to put it into a salad spinner and give it a good whip, because basically you never want to put wet lettuce in a salad anyway. I mean, anybody who's made a salad kind of knows that, but specifically for this Greek stuff, because you're going to put the vinegar and the oil in there, you really want to clean off and dry off your lettuce pretty well. So if you don't have a salad spinner, highly recommended. Just going through this with paper towel or kitchen rags is going to be a long, long night. So get yourself a salad spinner. You can also spin spinach and stuff like that in it. So I'll go ahead and get to work on that, and then when I'm done we'll show you how to toss the thing. Okay, so I just went ahead and put the lettuce in. We had the tomatoes, the onion, the cucumber, and now the lettuce. See, I just cut it in these strips across, and that's a pretty good bite size. So then what we'll do is add the olives, pretty easy. And then the feta you want to kind of crumple up, because that works best. And you can put as much or as little as you want, or as much or little as you can afford. And by that I really do mean as much or a little. You don't need that much to give it the Greek salad flavor. So, and we don't have that much left right now, as you can see. So we'll have a hint of feta today. Let me just wash my hands here so we can get this off. And then as far as olive oil and vinegar, I think the general rule is that you need enough oil to kind of give it that Greek salad feeling. It's a slightly heavier salad, you know, so you want to have enough oil that it gets that feel to it. As far as the vinegar, it's a little up to you how much you want to put in, but that may not be enough, but for all intents and purposes we're going to leave it there for now, and then we can see once we toss it how it looks. And this one, again, I mean, how much? It's just sort of go by. That's about, once you've done this a few times, you just do that. And then you taste it and you see if you want a little bit more next time. And that's it. And then I have a couple of basic old cooking spoons, and then you just toss it. Notice that I have the biggest bowl in the house, because you always end up needing the biggest bowl in the house. So you might as well start with that, because if you start with a smaller one, you're going to wash two bowls, because you're going to find you can't toss it in a small bowl. So you start big, and then you'll never go wrong. And here we are, just tossing it from the bottom up to get all these heavier items up to the top. And it looks like we have enough oil. You kind of get that, you can feel sort of the heaviness when you start to get this oil mixed in. So that's what you want it to look like right there. Let's just scrape these off. And these, of course, you can use to serve the salad too, then you don't have to clean it twice. So that's pretty much what you want right there. And it's got that sort of heavy feeling to it. and then, you know, this could be your dinner. But basically this is, I mean, aside from vinegar is probably not the most alkalizing event. I think it does turn acidic in the body. But everything else is perfectly alkaline and great for you. Just lycopenes and tomatoes and onions and green stuff, and you can't go wrong with a Greek salad. So we do this a couple times a week, especially in the summer, because it's easy to make and it goes well with lamb, for example. And there's another video that shows how to do a piece of lamb. So we're going to be doing that next, as a matter of fact, and then you can just combine it as you wish. But you can eat Greek salad by itself or with meat or whatever, of course. It does go well with lamb, though. I'll say that's one of the better matches, better combinations. So we'll get on with the lamb video, so you can look that up when you're finished watching this one, and then pretty soon it'll be bon appetit.